Life doesn't scream the truth. It whispers, slowly, softly, until it breaks your heart wide open. These truths don't arrive gently. They hit after the fall, after the betrayal, after the moment you realize not everything that glitters wants to see you shine. But within the pain, there is light, if you dare to look. 1. Sugar and salt look the same, but one will ruin your coffee. At a glance, they both shimmer. Familiar, safe. But what a mistake it is to assume they serve the same purpose. People too come dressed in kindness. Their words, like sugar, melt easily on the tongue. But some are salt, subtle in their bitterness, slow to reveal. And by the time you taste it, the moment is spoiled. In the age of surfaces, truth is not in how things look. It's in what they become once they touch your life. Stop blaming yourself for trusting them. You didn't fail. They simply pretended well. 2. Some people clap when you win. Others clap just to stay close. Not every cheer is celebration. Some applause is laced with envy, camouflaged in compliments. They stand near, not because they believe in you, but because they want to bask in the light you bled for. You'll know them. The ones who get quieter the higher you rise. Many are drawn to fire, not to be warmed, but to steal its glow. Let them clap. Let them watch. And let them see what it means to rise without their permission. 3. They'll love your light until it shines too bright for their darkness. At first, your growth will be inspiring, a story they tell others. But then comes the shift. When your clarity exposes their chaos, when your peace confronts their inner war, that's when the distance begins. Suddenly you're different, too distant. But it's not you they fear, it's what your healing reflects back to them. The brighter you become, the more shadows you cast in unhealed hearts. Shine anyway. Their discomfort is not your burden. 4. I'm always here for you often means until it's inconvenient. They showed up when it was easy, when your pain was poetic and quiet. But pain isn't always elegant. Sometimes it's messy, repetitive, exhausting. And in those moments, the raw, inconvenient ones, they vanished. Not because they didn't care, but because they couldn't. Love without endurance is just performance. Real love doesn't knock. It waits in silence until you're ready to open again. 5. A snake doesn't always hiss. Sometimes it hugs. The deepest cuts don't come from enemies. They come from the hands we once trusted. They come dressed in empathy, in concern, in shared memories, until one day they bite, and you're left questioning, was it always this way? Or did they change? The truth. They were always the same. You just loved them too loudly to see it. Betrayal doesn't invent new faces. It removes your blindfold. Don't hate yourself for not noticing. The kindest hearts see potential before patterns. 6. Some only ask about your life to feel better about their own. They lean in, not with curiosity, but calculation. Every word you share becomes a mirror, not of empathy, but of measurement. They don't ask because they care. They ask because they need proof they're not falling behind. Comparison wears many disguises, even the face of a friend. Guard your story. Not everyone who listens deserves a chapter. 7. You begged them to stay, but peace arrived when they left. You cried, you chased, you bent until your soul ached, and still, they left. But then, the silence didn't hurt anymore. The mornings were easier, your laughter returned, and you realized it wasn't love you lost. It was the illusion of it. The soul knows who it belongs to. Sometimes letting go is how we return to ourselves. Forgive yourself for the begging. You were learning what your peace sounds like. 8. You can water a dead plant every day. It still won't grow. You gave them your best, your time, your love, your tears. But some hearts aren't ready to heal. Some souls choose their wounds like armor, and no matter how hard you try, love cannot bloom in someone who fears sunlight. You are not a savior. You are soil. Growth is their choice. Stop pouring into places that only drain you. You deserve a garden, not a graveyard. 9. Blood makes you related, but not always connected. We're told family is everything, but some family wounds deeper than strangers ever could. They use your past against you. They demand loyalty, even as they wound you. You don't have to stay where love is laced with pain. You can choose family. You can choose freedom. Love isn't owed, it's earned. Even blood must earn your peace. You don't betray family by protecting your heart. You honor yourself. These truths can be hard to hear because they expose the lies we tell ourselves. But within that pain lies power. The power to choose, to rise, to see life with new eyes. Remember, life isn't about avoiding the wounds. It's about healing them with eyes wide open. Pain teaches, and once you understand that, you'll never love the same way again. What do you think? Do these truths resonate with you? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share your perspective. Let's keep this conversation going.